All right, everybody, we're back. Second Cabral HouseCall of the weekend. I appreciate you, as always, joining me. I appreciate the downloads, the likes, the subscribes, the reviews, all of it. So again, thank you so much. Let's dive into this second HouseCall of the weekend. Every Saturday and Sunday, we answer about 10 questions from the community. Happy about that. Love being able to check in each and every weekend. And, I appreciate the feedback. I really do. People, obviously, they've got, kind things to say about the Equal Life team, about IHP, about just our mission that we're on. We've been doing this for a long time. It's been over 26 years now that I've been at it. I guess 28 years now, somewhere around there. It's been a long time. Right? It's been a long time, 26 full-time years. And I love it. I love it as much now as I did the 26 years ago or so. I really do. And it's part of it's based on our community. It really is. We have such amazing people that come to our live event every year, that join IHP, that ask questions, that are engaged. And if you want free daily advice, ask questions at cabralsupportgroup.com. We literally have a team that's there to help you. cabralsupportgroup.com, free Facebook group. Feel free to join. All right, let's dive into this amazing document my team puts together every week for all the questions at stephencabral.com/askcabral. First one's from Trisha. Trisha says, "Hi, Dr. Cabral. I'm writing in from my brother. He's a 73-year-old male who's been healthy his whole life. No major illnesses. I noticed a few years ago his head would slightly bob along with his hands, so slight that I didn't even notice. I think it might be a vitamin deficiency. Unfortunately, I can't get him to do any labs or a detox, but I have him on your DNS, veggie blend, renewal system, fish oil. I support magnesium, vitamin D. Do you have any idea what this might be? If I get him to test, what would you recommend? My grandmother did shake a lot with tremors, so it could be genetic. Any help's always appreciated." Okay. Yeah. And so again, like I always say, everything's genetic, right? I agree with you. However, none of it has to be, meaning like none of the defects, I'm going to put that in air quotes, have to be. For the most part, all dis-ease in the body, 95% is environmental and the environment we put ourselves in, our interstitial milieu as well, right? So it's not genetic necessarily. It is the expression of our genes. So whenever someone says tremors, like you've got your brother on so many great products, you're doing phenomenal. Really happy with that. He won't do a detox. That's too bad. But will he do a heavy metal detox? Because tremors can be a lifetime accumulation of heavy metal. So my two things, if I can only give two recommendations, because he won't do a functional medicine detox, heavy metal detox, it's only 3 more products: Fluorofilm, the heavy metal detox, and the binder. Right? And then, can he do a sauna? Best investment most people can make. Way above a cold plunge, way above a PMF mat, even though PMF's awesome. Even way above red light. Sauna. That's it. Right? That's the one. Sweat out these toxins that are in there, right? All right. Heavy metal detox, it's only 8 weeks. Sauna, at least 3 times a week, ideally 5. All right. Alicia's up next. "Hello, Dr. Cabral. I hope you're having a great day." Same with you, Alicia. Hope your day's amazing. "My question is about heart rate. I wear a smart ring that detects high heart rate during periods of the day. When I sit a lot, and only activity would be getting up occasionally from my desk to walk to the kitchen or bathroom. I do 10,000 steps per day, every day, and I exercise every other day for 30 to 50 minutes between hot yoga, Pilates, jogging, resistance training. Most of my walking exercise is done in the first half of the day. During walking or exercising, my heart rate is pretty steady, not very high, usually 120, but not running. But often the highest heart rate of my day is the second half of the day when I don't do anything physical activity. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would my heart rate jump to 135 when I don't do any exercise or bad activity? I'm 42, low blood pressure if that matters." Okay, so usually a spike in heart rate when you are not exercising is based on a sympathetic nervous system overdrive in that moment. So let's go over what that might be. It's part of dysautonomia, but I'm not saying that's what you have. I don't think it is what you have, but it definitely drives POTS and other things like that. I had POTS. I had a horrible case of POTS. I would feel so lightheaded and dizzy upon standing. I didn't even know I had it. I can remember literally in 7th and 8th grade getting so lightheaded and dizzy upon standing. But 10 years later, actually more than that, is when it actually got diagnosed. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I'm not saying you have that, but many people with low blood pressure do. And so one thing that could trigger this spike in heart rate is you do your exercise earlier in the day. It wipes you out a little bit, depletes your mineral levels to a greater degree. If blood pressure really drops and you go to stand or whatever it might be, your heart rate will spike, right? It will spike because it needs to increase norepinephrine. Norepinephrine is what increases the heart rate, adrenaline, norepinephrine. And it does this because it doesn't want you to faint, doesn't want you to pass out. It does the same thing with low blood sugar. Are you going low blood sugar later in the day? Those are two reasons why. There are others, but again, I have to give you my disclaimer. Can't provide any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, medical diagnosis. But those are two definite reasons why this may happen. So all you may need is a nice little electrolyte drink to start your day, and then one after exercise or during exercise. And that might help with that blood pressure as well. All right? Hopefully that's helpful. If you want to get to know your mineral levels better, run the minerals and metals test. That's just over at stevencabral.com/shop. That'll take you over the minerals and metals test. All right. Trish is up first. Trisha says, hi, Dr. Cabral. Do you mind telling me if I'm taking all of the supplements below correctly? Honestly, would love to work with an IHP, but all I can afford are supplements right now. I've been doing this since June of 2025. So what's that, about 6 months, 7 months? Upon waking, I take 2 proteolytic enzymes. 30 minutes later, I take the sinus and immune support only during cold season. And I take daily probiotic. Roughly 2 hours later, right before my DNS smoothie, I'm doing my AM Metavolve, 2 eye vitamins, daily eye and vision support, 2 cell boost, I'm taking my collagen and my D3K2. Okay, so far, so great, doing great. With lunch, I take 2 hair vitamins and 3 Inflammasoothe. Amazing. And at dinner, I take my PM Metavolve, my fish oil. An hour before bed, I take 2 full spectrum magnesium. Everything is perfect, except you could take your magnesium with dinner if you wanted to. That's all. If you want to start to calm that sympathetic nervous system earlier, you just take them earlier at dinner, and then you can do your calming magnesium if you needed before bed if you needed more, okay? I started this program to help with low inflammation, joint stiffness, and pain, and it's been a complete game changer. I exercise daily. I eat your Mediterranean diet recommendations. Literally, you gave me my life back, so I thank you so much. That is so amazing to hear, Trisha. Literally, like, I've never met Trisha. Unfortunately, I don't get to meet as many of you as I would love to, but hearing these success stories is just so phenomenal. And you're doing such a great job, like such a great job. Again, it might sound like Trisha's using a lot of nutritional supplements, but she's whole food first. I'm sure she's getting some movement in there, and it's given her her life back. Like, that's how I did it. Like, that's again, it's all anyway, yeah, that's amazing. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Good for you, Trisha. Scott's up next. This is a long one, so I'm going to ad lib. Anyone who wants to read Scott's full question, head on over to stevencabral.com/3642. That's today's. All right. So Scott is saying, hello, Stephen. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, Scott. I know it's past that now, but you wrote in on December 29th. I'm writing in about my mother. She's 69, coronary artery disease 2 years ago. 2 separate procedures to remove considerable blockage. Then this past September, she had it done again. Together, 4 stints, 2 in her widow maker. That you don't need to know what that means, but basically a common area that can lead to a heart attack, blowout, etc. She hasn't drank alcohol in 10 years, quit smoking 2 years ago, although her previous lifestyle obviously led to the heart disease. She's done excellent after her surgeries. Let's see what else is going on. She's done online research, food, restricting her salt, sugar, even adding healthy things like extra virgin olive oil, only 2 tablespoons a day. That seems odd, just because people don't want to go too high in calories. But I think 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil a day, that's the minimum. I think that's a great amount, but do keep in mind, 4 tablespoons of olive oil a day is 500 calories. So you do have to be careful. Like it adds up quickly, right? So 2 to 3, great for most people. I was going way overboard with olive oil, and it's not like it was unhealthy for me, but at the same time, it was adding a lot of calories. And I was like putting on more weight, and I'm like, why am I putting on more weight? Oh, well, you're having 6 tablespoons of olive oil a day, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. And when you just do the math on that, 6 times 130 or so, what is that? 780 calories? Like that's a lot from olive oil, right? So you can overdo it. And people overdo it all the time. Like I work with a lot of weight loss clients. I mean, no, I'm taking a little aside, Scott, but like literally I'm working with weight loss clients. I'm like, help me understand your calories for the day. I'm like, all this looks good. Tell me about how you're cooking your food. Oh, well, I cook it in olive oil and then I add more as a dressing. Like, oh, well, yeah, that's doubling your olive oil, right? The olive oil doesn't go away because you cook in it, right? So anyway, all these things do matter. All right, let's keep going with what you're saying. She's on a blood thinner, but they said it was okay for her to take omega-3s. So you have her on omega-3s, vitamin C, vitamin D3, DNS, B-complex, CalMag, balanced zinc, and the new pea protein by Equilife, the advanced collagen support. as an IHP1 and starting level 2. I'm trying to help her at the very least that I can, very best you can. You're doing a phenomenal job. I suggested lime with a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes in the morning, but she's cautious of her salt. I agree. Like if she's leaning towards high blood pressure, then you would just do the water just with lime. You would do it just with lemon or lime for the potassium. Yeah, without a doubt. I've got a whole show on blood pressure as well, but you want to be careful. She's 69, so you just want to understand pros and cons, right? I'd like to try her in the 21D detox. Yeah, but don't have her do the 2 fasting days for her first one. So any of my clients, if they're 70 and over and they've never done a detox, I have them do the detox without the fasting days. I just get them used to it. Again, like we're looking at your mom being alive for at least 20 years, right? And so she's got plenty of time to do detoxes. Truly, 4 times 20. She could do 80 more detoxes each quarter, right? So she's got time. That's not the correct number, right? A 4-year times 20. I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. So you're doing a phenomenal job. What else would you add? Yeah, I mean, I already talked about the olive oil. Just make sure you're getting that fiber in there as well. Psyllium husk is so great for cholesterol and blood pressure. Oats can be as well. Again, you have to be careful. I don't know the person's like weight issues, high or low. So you're doing a phenomenal job. I mean, you really are. Check out my high blood pressure show. Check out my cardiovascular program in level 2 of IHP if they have high cholesterol. Get their fiber above 35 grams a day. Make sure they're getting intermittent fasting, but not going too low. Once an individual gets over 60, 65, you need to increase their protein a little bit. Not crazy high, but about 0.6 to 0.7 maybe times their body weight, or about 1.2 to 1.5, 1.6 maybe at the very most times their kilograms. So yeah, all this looks really good, Scott. Great job. All right, Sienna's up next. Looks like Sienna's our last question. Is that true? Did I already answer 5? Yeah, we answered Trisha, Alicia, Trisha again. Same Trisha? I don't know. Different Trisha, Scott, and now we have Sienna. All right, well, time flies when you're having fun. Hi, Dr. Brawl. It would be incredible to hear your why behind formulating daily nutritional support in the Dr. Brawl Detox and how this came about. From listening to your podcasts, these are strong foundations behind your brand and recommendations. Also, what would you list as your 12 supplements in one? Thanks for all you do. It's a great question. I have these on my different pages and I've talked a lot about them, but of course, this is episode 3642. So I totally get it if you haven't heard the whys behind it. But you can check out, the why of functional medicine detox. So remember, I only had one product when I started. I started back in 2016, Formulating. Before that, I've been using nutritional supplements with clients for over a decade. But so here's the thing. The functional medicine detox, I had to piece together, as you just said, all these different nutritional supplements to make it happen. And so what I wanted to do was save my clients $150, take it down to just $99 to complete the 21-day detox. Well, I mean, to complete the first 7 days of it and make it simple. So I combined everything into 3 products instead of, I think back then I was using like 12, and it worked really well. So I'm not saying it didn't. Like there are multiple ways to get results. But my goal is Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is usually the right answer, right? But you have to know to look for the underlying root cause, which I guess is fairly complex. But then make it easier for people to complete. So what is the 12 in 1? Well, when you look at it, the daily nutritional support replaces 12 products. So that was product number 2. So I didn't even use the daily nutritional support in the beginning. I was using a combination of plant-based protein plus this, plus that. So here's what I did. I combined all of these into one. It would cost you hundreds of dollars. The daily nutritional support is like not even $3 a day, like for all of this. So it's a multivitamin. It's a multi-mineral. It is an extra balanced in zinc, 15 milligrams of zinc to 1 milligram of copper. It's an extra activated B complex. So not just a small amount of B vitamins you'd get in a multi, it's actually a full activated B complex. Now, some people add on an extra balance, like they add on an extra B vitamin, but that's based on your labs, right? It is a fiber, right? So what's in there? Organic psyllium and flax, right? Amazing. It's a whole plant-based protein powder, 15 grams in there. Now you can add more organic pea protein if you want, but there's 15 grams in there. It's a full electrolyte. So you've got your calcium, you've got your magnesium, you've got your sodium in there. It's phase 2 detoxification nutrients in there as well. Specifically sulforaphane, right? I always have a broccoli extract in there. I think it's so important. There's studies have been shown for autism, for brain-based issues, for detoxification, how important it is. So I love that in there. We added eye antioxidants in there like lutein, so great for your aging eyes. And then obviously helping with blood sugar. So we have chromium in there, but we also have vanadium, right? Vanadyl sulfates in there. And for the brain, we've got so many brain-based nutrients, one of those being a specific form of phosphatidylcholine, right? So great for the brain. So those are your 12 nutrients right there all in one. You can't get that anywhere else. But then for the detox, I also have the Ayurvedic-based detox with the triphala, the ginger, and the turmeric. Great for the gut, great for helping with oxidative stress during detox. And then I have the FM detox, which is an add-on for phase 2 detoxification. All of that, again, the secrets are behind the scenes, right? But all of this is what enables people to get world-class results. It's why, to my knowledge, we are the only functional medicine company that guarantees results. You won't see guaranteed results with a Thorne or a Designs or other, again, they're great companies. I'm not saying they're not. Like, they are great companies. They're not going to guarantee your results. Why? Because this is a practitioner who created this line. I created this line. I've used it with hundreds of thousands of people. I know it works. And also, I don't want you to make the investment if it doesn't work for you. That's why I guarantee it. So everything at StephenCabral.com/shop, which used to literally be the shop back in the day 10 years ago, is now over at Equalife. And that's literally a whole team. It's not me. It's a whole team that makes this happen. About 100 people behind the scenes, shipped to 27 different countries around the world. We ship labs to the UK, Canada, obviously all over the US, to Australia, to New Zealand. And yeah, it's amazing. It's just such a great community. So ask questions at CabralSupportGroup.com or ask them for me at StephenCabral.com/askCabral. Purchase your labs, get a protocol, a detailed plan just for you there. You can get your protocols at StephenCabral.com/shop. You can work with an IHP. So the sky's the limit. Our goal is to get people the results they want. And that really comes with getting the right data. So the right data is running in the lab or all the free assessments now inside of Personomics, my new book, The End of All Disease. You can find on Amazon or personomics.io. Just let us know how we can help. Honestly, we're always trying to get better for you. That's the truth. It's a new year. We're trying to get better this year. Let us know how. All right. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Mindset and Motivation Monday.